I'm really excited to be presenting it tonight because the cast and the crew are absolutely amazing. The show's amazing, and I'm just so happy and proud of them. I picked this show just because I think it's a very moving show with an important message, so I hope you guys all see that and listen and understand what I want you guys to understand. So thank you for coming, and without further ado, here is Dollface.
This is how it happens. 1 minute, you're just another awkward second grader. And then your mom takes you and your brother to her friend's house, out in the country. You get out of the car, and there's this big yellow dog wagging his tail at you. Your mom and brother go to ring the doorbell, and you get down on your knees in front of this friendly dog, and you're petting him. And then suddenly the dog snaps his jaws. And your life as you know it ends. It happens so fast, you're not even sure what happened. It feels like a very sharp pinch. And then it's spreading fast through your whole face. There's blood. There's a lot of blood. You yell for your mom, you run towards her. She turns, and when she sees you, she gasps in horror, and she covers your brother's eyes, and she screams at him. Don't look. That's just how these things happen, I guess. Anyway, that's how it happened to me. The dog never barked. Never growled. He followed after me, still friendly and playful, blood pouring from the holes in my face, and he's looking at me, wagging his tail. My mother grabbed my jacket from the car. It was blue. She pressed it against my face. She tried to be calm. She said,
I need you to press this tight up against your face until we get to the hospital. Can you do that for me?
I was crying. I was so panicked I felt like I was choking.
What happened?
I don't know. I was petting it, and it just bit me out of nowhere.
How come?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I think my mom was talking to herself as much as she was talking to me. When we got to the hospital, she called my father. They had been divorced for maybe 2 years at this point. The fact that they weren't fighting with each other made me realize how worried they were about me. Nurses were coming in, mopping up blood and asking questions and trying to establish how much of my face was still there, whether the nerve endings were alive. My face felt puffy and I was lightheaded. The nurses were friendly. They wanted me to trust them. And I did. I believed them when they said that the doctors would be able to fix me. My father did it. He couldn't look directly at me. He kept staring at a space on the wall above him. He kept saying, "You're being very brave." I didn't feel brave. I was still crying, but quietly. I was pressing cotton against my face, just wanting it to be over. I just wanted to go home. And then I was lying on a chair, squinting into the bright light above me. The doctors were coating my face in something cold and blue, telling me that this was going to numb my face so I wouldn't be able to feel the stitches. Now, I can't feel it, but if I look out of the corner of my right eye, I can see it. The silver needle moving up and down. So I don't look. They keep talking. Half of the time I don't know what they're saying, and the other half of the time they're telling me how brave I am. but that's only because they don't know how afraid I feel. You can't cry, or they might mess up your stitches. You can't move at all. They kept saying, it will all be over soon. They lied. I was conscious the entire time. I was awake while they sewed my face back together. What I remember most is the bright light and the strangely disembodied voices of my parents and the doctors, trying to keep the patient calm.
You're going to be all right, honey. You're being so brave. You're being so brave.
When they finally let me see myself, when they gave me a mirror, I had prepared myself for a Halloween mask, for a horror movie, for a nightmare. But the blood had all been cleaned away. It was just neat rows of stitches. I was actually relieved. My mom said,
It'll stop hurting in a couple of days.
my father still couldn't look at me. He looked down at his feet.
You'll be fine. You might have some scars.
And then I started thinking about the dog. I didn't want them to kill it, but they explained to me that it could hurt someone else, and we didn't want that. And so the dog was put to sleep, and I spent a few weeks at home drinking as much grape soda as I wanted. And then I went back to school. And then the real trauma began. My mother spent a lot of years telling me that I was not ugly.
Not ugly. You're beautiful.
You're my mom. You're biased.
Yes, of course I am. But it's true. You have pretty eyes and a very pretty smile.
She also told me that there are more important things in life than being pretty.
Who you are on the inside is way more important than what you look like on the outside. And you are beautiful on the inside. You have a beautiful heart and a brilliant mind. Anyone who can't see how beautiful you are just isn't looking hard enough.
And I discovered that lots of ugly people went on to make great contributions to humankind.
George Washington, not exactly a looker. In fact, all the U.S. presidents have been pretty ugly. Except, of course, for Kennedy. The rest of them were pretty hideous.
That's true. Nixon is especially horrific looking.
And Albert Einstein, certainly no Calvin Klein model.
I think that men are allowed to be ugly more than women are.
Well, people tend to be more critical of women's looks than of men's because of sexism. On the other hand, Jane Austen looked like the product of inbreeding. Madame Curie wasn't exactly a fox. And what about Mother Teresa?
Mom! You're not allowed to say that Mother Teresa was ugly.
Why not?
Because she devoted her life to helping people.
Then you're not allowed to say that you're ugly either. Because you are kind and generous. You're a good person. And a good person can never be ugly.
Lots of good people are ugly. You're just not allowed to say so. I stopped calling myself ugly out loud, but that didn't change what other people said behind my back or to my face. And it didn't change what I saw when I looked into the mirror. I saw what the kids on the playground saw when they named me Dogface. That became my only name. My teachers saw how the other kids were treating me, but there wasn't much they could do. They said things like, "She's very smart for her age. She's way ahead of the other children." And they sent me to counseling with Miss Stevenson. When I was 11 years old, she was my only friend. She, my mother, my teachers, they all gave me the same speech about how smart I was and how special. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Character is what you are in the dark. must have been a dog too.
I'm sorry it hasn't been a good week for you.
Thanks.
Miss Wilkins told me that you've been working on a special project.
Yeah,
Has that been fun?
not exactly, but I like having something to work on while everyone else is learning the spelling words. I used to get bored just sitting there, but now I get to work on my book.
What's your book about?
It's just for children. It's about what it's like when your parents get divorced.
What a great idea. I'll bet that'll help a lot of people to hear your perspective on the subject. This must be very challenging.
Not really. I just write about things that happened, but no one wants to draw the illustrations. Miss Wilkins asked Suzanne to do it because her parents are divorced too, and she's good at drawing, but she didn't want to. It's okay, I can draw them myself. They just won't be very good.
Well, if you ask Miss Holman, when your book is finished, she'll put a copy in the library for you to see and check out.
Just like a real book.
Exactly like a real book.
Maybe someone might check it out someday after I'm gone.
Why after you're gone?
Well, no one who's here now would want to touch a book that I made
Why not?
because they don't want to be infected.
Infected with what?
I don't know. But they all think that I'm contagious. If someone talks to me or even touches something that I touched, then everyone will hate them too.
Nobody hates you. Why do you think people hate you?
Because I'm ugly.
You're not ugly. Don't say that. Don't think that. You're beautiful. Outside and in.
No, I'm not. I don't know what I look like on the inside, but on the outside, I'm ugly. All the other kids say so. Grown-ups can't say so, because it's mean. And grown-ups aren't allowed to be mean.
Children are not allowed to be mean either. Who's been telling you that you're ugly?
All the boys. And most of the girls. Pretty much everyone.
They don't mean it. It isn't true. They just say mean things because it makes them feel better about themselves. They're really just insecure. And I think if other kids knew how much it hurt you, they would feel guilty as well.
I think they know. I used to cry a lot, but they all just laughed even more. So now I try not to cry.
When someone's mean to you, you should come and tell me so I can talk to them. Or Miss Wilkins, or Mr. Morris.
I told Mr. Morris about the assembly.
What happened?
At the Earth Day assembly, some boys made a drawing, and they passed it around. Julie grabbed it, and she showed it to me. It was me.
Who drew it?
It was either Tanner or Jonah, I think, but everyone was laughing at it. And I knew it was me because it drew my scars. Which was really just not necessary. I took it to Mr. Morris, and he said that he would talk to them, and he would make sure that they weren't ever mean to me again, and he would make sure that they would be in trouble.
You did the right thing.
Tanner doesn't bother me as much anymore, except sometimes he asks me if I'm a lesbian.
What do you say?
My mother told me to say that I'm too young to have a sexual orientation. I said that once, but he just laughed a whole lot, so now I just try to ignore him.
That's probably good. You should try to ignore them whenever you can. They might be doing it to get a reaction, and if you don't react, then it's no fun for them.
Well, I try, but it's hard to ignore Jonah because he has the locker next to mine and the desk next to mine too. Stupid alphabetical order. And he won't stop complaining to everyone about how when he sees my face, it makes him want to throw up.
This is terrible. I think you should talk to Mr. Morris again, honey.
I don't know. I mean, what could he do? He can make them sit in the principal's office during lunch, but they already do that once or twice a week anyway. He can't make them stop.
You shouldn't have to deal with these kind of harassments. You should be able to learn, play, and grow up in a place that's safe.
I like coming here every week for lunch. I feel safe here talking with you.
I'm glad. I like talking to you too. Do you talk to your mom about these feelings?
Yeah,
Does she make you feel better?
sometimes. She tells me that I'm very smart and very sensitive, and that those things are more important than whether or not people think that you're pretty. I don't know if I believe that, though. No one ever gets made fun of for not being sensitive.
No, I suppose they don't.
And she tells me that my brother loves me, even though he calls me ugly every day.
Your mom is right. Your brother does love you. And the kids at school, they're just different than you. They want attention so badly, sometimes they say mean things.
Why do they think it's fun to make fun of me? Why do they think it's funny?
I don't know, but children can be cruel, very randomly cruel. And you are not like them. I admire you a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
I looked at the poems you left with me last week. I really like them.
Really?
Yes, everything you write is impressive, especially for your age.
Well, I mean,
But, you know, those things happen all the time, and I know you write them in
Yeah.
poems. And your poems are indeed lovely. And the recent one you gave me, well, but just out of curiosity, who are they about?
no one.
Are they about Andrew?
How did you know?
It makes sense that you like him.
He's very smart. And I like his hair.
It's okay to like someone.
It's not okay for me to like someone.
Why not?
Andrew would hate me if he found out. You're not going to tell him, are you?
Of course not.
I don't want to like him.
You don't choose who to have those feelings for. The hard ones were the hard ones.
Yeah?
It's okay to have a crush.
For the other kids.
For you too.
But it's really...
I think it's nice that you like Andrew. He doesn't make fun of you, does he?
He doesn't even look at me. He likes Ashley, and then Anne, and then Rachel,
And how do you know that?
because all the boys made lists of their top 5.
Top 5.
The top 5 girls that they like. All of the boys made lists, and then everyone copied everyone else's. Ryan showed his copy to our table to be funny. He said, "You lesbians are so ugly. No one likes you. No wonder you have to date each other."
First of all, it's inappropriate to call someone a lesbian as an insult. There's nothing wrong with being gay. And sexual preference has nothing to do with appearance. The whole idea behind top 5 is bizarre. You shouldn't care about this.
Yet no one likes me. I wasn't anywhere on anyone's list.
That's okay. You're very young. I'll bet someday someone will like you, and nobody else.
You really think someone might like me someday?
I think you deserve to fall in love and have them love you back.
Someone could fall in love with me?
Absolutely, but for now, let's not worry about those things. Just focus on being a kid, and whenever someone's mean to you, come and talk to me, and I'll do whatever I can to make them stop. You should probably go. Lunch is almost over.
I wish I didn't have to go back to class. I wish I could just stay here with you. You could give me projects, and I could read and write And you can give me tests and progress reports to take home to my mom. But, well, if there was something that I didn't understand, you could explain it to me, but mostly I could just read and teach myself everything. And then I wouldn't have to do projects or go to recess or lunch with the other kids. That would be so much better.
I understand why you feel that way, but I have my own class to teach. In a couple of years, you'll be in my class.
Good.
Honey, things won't always be this way. You're going through a really horrible time of your life right now. And I do wish there are more people could do to make it better. Kids grow up and they get more mature. And they'll be able to appreciate you. I promise you, things will get better.
You really think so?
I know they will.
There are certain things that you know when you grow up ugly. You learn a lot of them the hard way.
You know that you're not what cavemen painted on walls.
You know that clothing will always look better on a rack than it does on you.
You know that you'll never get to play Cinderella in the school musical. If you're really, really lucky, you might get asked to play a wicked stepsister, but probably you'll be asked to run the lights.
You know we're not to sit in the lunchroom.
You know you won't be getting any pink carnations on Valentine's Day from your secret admirer. The only Valentines you're likely to get are going to be from your mother.
You know how to avoid having your picture taken.
You know that the only way you're ever going to be kissed by someone is if they lose a bet.
You know you'll be taking a gay sophomore to your senior prom.
You know you won't get elected homecoming queen, or for that matter, class president. Because in high school, every contest is a popularity contest.
You know your place. You know what to expect. Most importantly, you know what not to hope for. Miss Stevenson was right, though. Things did get a little better for me. By the time I was 15, I made a small group of friends. A gang of misfits to call my own. Janice Ian learns the truth at 17. I learned it much, much younger.
Okay, so who do you wish to ask you to the dance tonight?
Cat, Ricky Fisher.
Ooh, Cat likes the juvenile delinquent. Nice. Stephanie?
I guess Rob Turner.
He's a junior.
So what? He probably likes you. You should talk to him.
Maybe. I don't know. Your turn. Eric.
Seriously?
I know. He's the geekiest geek in Geekonia. I totally dig him. He's the only guy in our class who actually bothered to read Romeo and Juliet.
He's also the only guy in our class who tried for the gymnastics team.
I know. And yet I'm powerless to resist his wily charms.
He dances like a freak. Everyone was pointing and laughing.
And he didn't care. Thus the basis of his appeal. He knows he's like a complete social misfit and he doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, I guess that's cool. But is he really the kind of person you'd want to go out with?
In a heartbeat.
I think you could do better.
No. I really couldn't. it's not like there are guys lining up around the block. I danced with a total of, let me see, 0 guys tonight.
But if he had asked you to dance, especially fast dance, what would you have done? Be like standing there, mortified, while he imitated Saturday Night Disco Fever or something. And then people wouldn't just be pointing and laughing at him, they'd be pointing and laughing at both of you.
Like that doesn't happen to me every day anyway.
Come on, when was the last time you made a fool of yourself like that?
Look, I may not dance around with my arms flailing, but people laugh at me plenty. And besides, I really don't care how he dances during the fast songs, you know?
Oh my god, did you see Carol and David making out like crazy during Iris?
That is a very romantic song.
I had a hard time not laughing when Miss Kearns came over to tell them to break it up.
I didn't even bother trying, just went ahead and laughed.
I thought it was really rude of her to tell them to break it up. They were just kissing. It's not like he was groping her in public or anything.
I don't know. There's kissing, then there's frantic monkey face eating.
Whatever. I just don't see why the chaperones care so much about a little necking.
Because this school has a reputation to maintain. There are some things you just shouldn't do in public. It's obnoxious.
I don't know. I just feel like when 2 people like each other that much, they just, acts like they're the only 2 people in the entire world.
It's like that episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yeah. I just think it's rude not to consider how other people might feel having to watch that.
What do you mean, like, jealous?
I was not jealous.
Well, I was. I wish someone would look at me like that hungry look.
I find it very hard to imagine Eric giving anyone that kind of a look.
I don't know. He likes Shakespeare. There must be some kind of romance in him somewhere. And I just really like him and all.
Well, what if, do you want him to go dances with you? Is that what you want so badly?
Yes, I just
dances.
I know. And I'm glad, but you know what I mean.
Well, maybe for the next dance you could wear something a little more
What?
special occasion-y.
Huh?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that different from how you looked every other day at school. Maybe dress up a little more for dances.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't have anything in my closet that's, flashy.
Oh my god. Speaking of flashing, did you see what Leslie was wearing? Every time she jumps there and shouts, you can see something R-rated.
I can't believe she got her navel pierced. I almost passed out when I got my ears done.
Hey, if I had a stomach like hers, I'd probably show it off.
No way. I mean, come on. We're only freshmen. Doesn't she have parents?
You are talking about the girl who started smoking in the 2nd grade.
No way.
Yes way. She's always acted older.
My mom says if she's not careful, she's going to end up in a family way.
What does that mean?
It means she's going to get herself pregnant.
How do you get yourself pregnant?
Honestly, do you really think that Leslie is still a virgin?
I heard she slept with Tanner during outdoor ed back in the 7th grade.
I heard they just hooked up in the woods.
I heard they went all the way.
Seriously? In the 7th grade? Maybe my mom was right.
Is that why we all got that lecture?
What?
Remember right before the 8th grade trip, they put all the boys in Mr. Basilow's room and all the girls in Mr. Oberhart's room, and they kept telling us that we had to stay in our tents at night?
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Remember how Mr. O was all like, boys have nothing to lose, but a girl has her reputation.
Well, that's kind of true.
But it's totally unfair. That's like saying, guys, Do what you want. The more girls you hook up with, the better. But girls, you do anything, and you're a slut.
Well, that's kind of the way things are.
But it isn't right.
What's the big deal? It's not like you stuck out of our tent to hook up in the woods.
It might have if anyone had asked.
Oh, come on. You're not a slut.
Hey, I'm as curious as the next person. I want to know what it's like to be kissed.
It's kind of sticky. In my experience, it's kind of sticky.
Oh. Okay. Well, my point is, if a guy wants to kiss me, and I want to let him, I probably wouldn't care if he bought me dinner first.
Well, if you're just kissing, I guess that's probably okay. But girls like Leslie, they dress like hookers and hook up with total strangers. If you do things like that, you're gonna get a bad reputation.
Look, there are lots of reasons to hate Leslie. Because she's dumb. Because she's bitchy. Because she mixed vodka with her ocean spray and got wasted in geometry class. But I'm not gonna hate her because of who she hooks up with.
I hate
She
her.
has as much right to fool around as guys do.
I hate her because she told everyone in the 4th grade that I had lice, and I did not.
See? That's a perfectly acceptable reason to hate her.
Well, Leslie can do whatever she wants, but I'm not having my first kiss until I have a boyfriend.
That's fine for you, but I'll probably never have a boyfriend.
Don't say that.
Yeah, we're only freshmen. We have the whole rest of high school to start dating. What's the big hurry?
What's the hurry? I'm waiting for my life to start. And I don't know that it ever will. I mean, come on. Who's going to want to date me? No one. And it's not going to change, so I'd settle for a dance. I'd settle for a kiss. I'd settle for anything. I'll take what I can get. If the chance ever does come up, I might hook up with someone. No strings attached. Because, well, I just can't see anyone ever wanting to attach strings to me.
Come on. Don't be so bleak. It's just you're always hiding behind your hair. Let me fix it.
Hey, yeah, Kat, you can do her hair, and I'll find some of my clothes for you to try on, and Steph, you can do her makeup. This is going to be great. You'll see.
Okay, are you a spring, summer, winter, or fall?
No, really. Thanks, but no thanks.
Come on.
Please.
I can't put my hair up. I need it to hide my scars.
They're not even that noticeable. You don't even see them unless you're really looking for them.
Yeah, ever since you had that surgery last summer.
I don't know.
Listen, everyone in our school has known each other since, like, the 1st grade. Everyone has these, like, ideas about who everyone is. Leslie is like the drunk rebel, and Anne is like the teacher's pet. And you. Everyone called you dog-face when we were kids, and that's how you think they'll always see you no matter what you do. And maybe you're right. Maybe some people will always see you as dog-face. But, like, maybe that's not how you have to see yourself, you know?
Thank you.
For what it's worth, I don't see you as dog-face. I see you as beautiful.
I wish that Eric could see me the way that you see me.
If I could, I would give him my eyes. You're welcome. Now close your eyes.
I feel like I'm Cinderella and you guys are like my fairy godmothers or something.
Yes, me and my magic eyeliner are gonna make you a star.
Okay, so my mom just got me this dress, but it doesn't fit me, so like whatever. But like, maybe it'll fit you.
No, you don't have to. I don't have to try on with your new dress.
No, it's
see-through. That's my favorite color.
the bottom.
Okay.
And how you put your arms through, obviously.
I can't really see,
Eh.
obviously. Oh my god, the flannel is so in right now. Beautiful. I didn't know that this was. I know, I saw it on Tumblr once. There. Isn't that better?
Yeah, you have such cute hair. People are gonna flip tomorrow at school.
Yeah. Looks are a lot more complicated than just fat and skinny, than pretty and ugly. Especially if you're an American female. There are people who are willing to sell you things to make you less ugly, and that means that just about every part of you has the potential to be ugly and can be improved if you're willing to spend enough money.
You can hate your face. You can hate your lips. You can hate your freckles. You probably aren't happy with your cheekbones. You can hate your skin. You can hate your chin.
You can hate the color of your eyes. Get contact lenses. You can hate the shape and size of your nose. Get a nose job. You can hate your eyebrows. There's tweezing and waxing. You can hate your eyelashes. There's prescription medication to make them thicker and longer.
You can hate your hair. You can hate the color, length, style, and texture of your hair. You can hate your split ends. Split ends! These are not things that people used to be concerned with.
You can find out one day, all of a sudden, that you have an ugly neck. You could go 10 years without knowing, but then one day someone will mention that necks can be good or bad.
You can hate your shoulders. You can hate your arms. They can be too thick, too thin, too hairy. Underarms, elbows, wrists, and fingers are all under scrutiny.
Your breasts can be your best or your worst feature. And can change in an instant. Your breasts can be too small, too big, too saggy, two different sizes, and or the wrong shape.
You're almost guaranteed to hate your stomach, your hips, your ass, and your thighs. Even girls wearing size 4 jeans are convinced that they're fat. And when your best friend, who's a size 4, and says she's fat, and you're a size 12 or a size 20, you have to wonder what she must think about you.
You can hate your legs. You can have ugly knees. You can have fat ankles. No, if you're serious.
You can hate parts of yourself sometimes. You can hate parts of yourself all the time. You can hate your whole self sometimes. You can hate your entire physical being all the time. It's fucking exhausting. But it's possible.
Your imperfections are limitless. When I was in grade school, I looked forward to high school. Hopefully, expectantly. I thought about what my life would be like if I could just outgrow my ugly phase. I dreamed of a new life, one where I was beautiful. Of course, I didn't become beautiful in high school. I started fantasizing about college. I went to a faraway school where nobody knew me as Dogface. I wore revealing clothing and makeup and hung out in dark bars. I wore desperation like it was a perfume. Still, every night, I went back to my dorm room alone. And I had to admit it to myself. I wasn't an ugly girl. I mean, I wasn't just going through an ugly phase. I was becoming an ugly woman. The more I tried, the more the truth confronted me at every turn. I would never, ever be beautiful. I moved across the country to escape being Dogface. But wherever I go, there she is. your type? Even if he is, which he's not, I'm definitely not his.
How do you know?
Please don't make me explain the concept of leagues to you.
Oh, league schmees. Attractiveness is so subjective.
Easy for you to say. You look like a 1920s movie star.
Yeah, very femme fatale.
Thank you. But seriously, didn't your mother ever tell you that beauty is in the eye of the beholder?
Yeah. She also told me that it's only skin deep and that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
I'm getting more shots.
Ugh, no more Fireball, it's so gross.
Fine, next time, you can go get them yourself.
Okay, what about that one right there, green sweater?
He looks like he's 15.
That's not.
I don't know about you, but I'm not that into statutory rape.
He's not 15. He's at least 18.
If that guy's 18, then I'm 25.
So it says on your ID.
Touche.
How do you feel about Black Bush?
I feel very positively about Black Bush.
What is it?
It's whiskey, I think. It's kind of trashy, but not too strong. L'chaim!
What about that guy right there?
I like his hair.
It's nice hair, but his eyes are too buggy.
You're so picky.
And you're not?
I don't think so.
I think you are. You seem to reject a lot of guys.
Well, I immediately rule out any guy who I think would reject me. That eliminates a vast population.
Whatever. What are you looking for then?
Someone so drunk they can't see straight.
Okay. What about him? Dark hair, goatee?
He's with someone.
That might not be his girlfriend.
Even if she's not, she clearly wants to be.
Doesn't mean that he wouldn't like you better than her.
Look at her. Look at me. No contest.
If all you're going to do is make disparaging remarks about yourself all night, we could be doing that at home.
Could we? Please?
We can't just go to Chipotle and stay up all night in the dorms reading Cosmo. We should be out, doing things, hooking up with all the wrong guys, binge drinking, having adventures. We are wasting our 20s.
I've still got another 2 months before I'm 20. Can't I just spend them in my pajamas eating popcorn?
You are the one who always complains that you're lonely.
Yeah, but some eyeshadow and some cleavage aren't going to change that. The guy who I like, the guy who likes me, he's not here.
Where is he?
I don't know. I don't even know if he exists. But I know he's not here.
How do you know?
Best case scenario for tonight. Some guy walks up to you, Rita, and tries to hit on you. You aren't interested. You say something like, "Sorry, I'm seeing someone, but have you met my friend here? She's single." Then, if said bag of wonderful has thick enough beer goggles, he might ask me if I smoke. We find a particularly dark alley, and then snog for about 20 minutes before he throws up on himself and possibly on me as well. And I would consider that a good night.
How do you get such a low opinion of yourself?
I don't expect you to understand. I mean, look at you.
Are you kidding? I hate the way I look.
Maybe you do, but none of the guys here do.
Look, I think you just need a little more confidence. Guys would pay more attention to you if you're more confident.
I'm going to tell you a story.
What kind of story?
This is a story about the last time I was confident. I met this guy, and I thought we really hit it off. And he mentioned to me that he was legally blind. Not totally blind, but visually impaired enough that he'd never be able to get a driver's license. I thought that if his eyesight was that bad, I might have a chance.
Oh, sweetie.
Let me finish. I asked him for his number, and he gives it to me. And then I called him up, and I asked him if he wanted to go see this movie that we talked about seeing. I was confident and all easygoing about it. like me. He said that he was too busy. One of his friends must have told him.
Even what?
Mark! I imagine them saying, trust me, you could do way better.
Did you ever think that maybe he was just busy?
Yeah, maybe he was getting involved with someone else and his friends didn't know yet.
Maybe his dick was amputated by little purple men from Mercury. Come on.
I think you're pretty.
I think I'm drunk.
You can be drunk, just not being bitter.
I'm not bitter. I wish that I was bitter. But there's a part of me that won't give up. And it's not because you convince me to come here or because you tell me that I'm pretty. It's because I want it so much.
I get that.
Why do we want to be wanted so much? Why can't I stop wanting to be held and kissed and slobbered on?
Just can't, sweetie. No one can.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Exactly.
Look. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Can we please just go home and get a milkshake or something?
Just a little longer. I want you to do something for me. I want you to close your eyes.
Are you about to play some kind of joke on me right now? Because I'm really not okay emotionally.
Look, I'm not playing a trick on you. Please, just close your eyes.
Okay.
I want you to picture yourself as the most beautiful girl in the world.
Okay. I'm Katie Holmes.
Okay? Open your eyes, look around the room, and pick the most attractive guy you see.
The one most conventionally attractive or the one that I'm most attracted to?
You're so technical. The one you're most attracted to. The Katie Holmes you. Not the bitter, self-effacing, I only like blind guys you.
Okay. That guy. Right there.
Go talk to him.
What?
Just do it.
Why?
Yeah, that's a great idea. You'll see you can have anyone here if you just have confidence.
Yeah, what's the worst thing that could happen? He walks away, he says no, he laughs.
If I go over there and talk to him, he's gonna be too mortified to laugh.
No, it'll be fine. Even if he rejects you outright, which he won't, you'll have faced your fear and lived to tell about it.
Please, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, consider it a learning experience. Just another part of your education.
Yeah.
Education? Right. But it's not my education. It's yours. You two are going to see what a real rejection looks like. I'm going over there.
Now don't scare him off deliberately just to spite us.
Trust me, I'm not even going to have to say a word.
Please don't be respect. Please don't be respect. Please be nice to her.
Okay, he's looking at her.
What's he saying?
Nothing.
Shit, he's turning around and walking away. This can't be good.
She's coming back.
That was fun. Now let's never, ever do that again, okay?
Okay. What did you say?
I use the old, hey, aren't you in my English class?
I mean, that's kind of cheesy.
Not really. He is in my English class. and now I'm going to have to sit in a bar with him in a classroom 3 days a week. And I'm going to have to pretend that I didn't just awkwardly approach him in a bar and see that pained expression in his eyes. You might not be familiar with it. It's the type that says, please God, don't let anyone see me with this girl.
You can give him a real chance.
I gave him a chance to mumble. Oh, that's great. I'll see you in class. And then walk over to skinny blonde girl.
Okay, well, that might not have had anything to do with you. There could be a lot of other stuff going on there.
Yeah, and even if he did look at you for half a second and decide he wasn't interested, is that the worst thing in the world? Obviously, you wouldn't even want to be talking to someone that shallow.
Seriously.
Yeah. If he won't give me a chance to win him over with my sparkling personality and witty banter, then fuck him.
Yeah. You look at it next time.
envied girls, but more than anyone, I envied Stephanie. Wherever she went, guys wanted her and girls wanted to be her. After we graduated high school, she did some modeling. I stared at that box of Abercrombie & Fitch perfume with Stephanie lifting a shirt over her head and said, I went to grade school with that girl. She was like a living, breathing Barbie doll. Despite all of this, we were actually best friends. In fact, we used to talk about moving in together. We'd look through all the classified rental ads and plan all the wild parties that we were going to throw.
We can drink like crazy and hook up with lots of hot guys.
Right. I don't think that any guy, hot or otherwise, is going to want to hook up with me when you're around.
Well, then we'll get them really drunk.
She didn't mean anything by it. I used to tell her that I envied her because she was beautiful. And she would tell me that she envied me because I was smart, or sensitive, or funny, or talented, or creative. This began a long tradition of pretty people telling me how hard it was to be beautiful and telling me that there were more important things in life than being pretty.
Think about it. You'll never have to wonder if a guy only likes you because of the way that you look. If anyone's ever interested in you, you'll know that he likes you for your personality.
Construction workers won't shout things at you when you walk down the street.
People will never judge you because of the number of people you slept with.
People won't assume that you're dumb just because you're hot.
You'll never get called a tease.
When you go to the gynecologist, they won't shake their heads at the number you wrote down. They won't pressure you to get tested for chlamydia and to take an extra bag of condoms. You get to tell them 0. And they'll probably smile and say, good for you.
You won't have back pain all your life because of boobs that are too big for your body.
You'll never have to wonder if your professor really thinks you're brilliant, or if he just asked you to talk to his office after class to get a closer look at your cleavage.
You'll never flirt with a guy and wonder if he's going to ask you out. You'll never wait around your apartment for a guy to call. You'll never feel disappointed when someone rejects you because you live in a perpetual state of rejected. You're never let down because you never expect anything. The very best part about being ugly and knowing it is that you live without hope. Until one day you lose that too. So, how have you been?
Okay, you?
Okay. Not great. It's been really hard to get a hold of you lately.
I know. I've been busy.
Not really. I mean, it's been like a month.
I know. I'm sorry. I just felt weird.
Right. About what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you would have talked to me about it. It's just, I could have used someone to talk to, you know? But I didn't know who to talk to because usually the person that I talk to about these types of things is you.
Yeah. too.
I just think we might have been better off having this talk, like, you know, a month ago, instead of you pretending I don't exist. Or pretending like nothing happened.
I'm sorry. I've never been in this situation before, so I'm probably handling it badly.
I've never been in this situation before either, so I really can't judge. It's just, I know that I've been feeling bad about, not about what happened, but what happened afterwards. When you just, like, bailed.
I didn't know what to say.
What about good morning?
I was feeling overwhelmed, okay?
With,
What?
overwhelmed with what? Joy? Rage? Disgust?
Confusion, I guess.
Confusion with what?
Everything.
Is it just me, or are we going around in circles here?
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Just tell me what you're thinking.
You go first.
Okay. Well, for starters, I've really missed you this past month. I've missed watching TV with you and pointing out people's bad grammar and going to dinner with you.
Yeah, my other friends aren't as good as doing that.
Look, I don't want to get all Hallmark card on you, but you're my best friend.
Thanks.
We've been through a lot in these past couple of years, and you know me really well. I don't usually let people get to know me, but I felt like I could be myself around you, awkwardness and all. And that's not something that I experience a lot, especially not with guys. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Because you're important to me.
You're important to me too.
Then why did you bail on me?
I told you, I was confused.
What is so confusing?
I didn't know how I felt about you. I mean, I know that we're close, like you were just saying, and then we went in, I don't know, I mean, we changed things, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know why we suddenly, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Me neither. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I really wasn't. I mean, I realized we were kind of drunk, but we weren't that drunk. I mean, I wasn't that drunk. How drunk were you?
A little drunk. Not a lot. I mean, I don't think I kissed you because I was drunk. It was something I thought about doing before.
So it was real. I mean, it couldn't have all been in my head, was it? I mean, it seems like you were there with me, really, you know? You were seeing me, and you were looking at me like I was someone that you wanted. It wasn't just like a complete accident.
An accident? No, I mean, I meant to kiss you. Things maybe went a little further than I was ready for. We got kind of swept up in the moment.
Yeah, but it was nice, wasn't it? I mean, did I do something wrong? Was I too easy?
I didn't think...
Was I supposed to play hard to get? Because I don't even know how to do that. The only thing I know how to do is be honest. You said that was something you liked about me.
It is.
It was my first time. You know that. Was I not good?
Well, it was my first time too, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I mean, I had a great time. God, that sounds like thanks for inviting me to your birthday party. I don't know how to talk about this.
doing okay. I mean, I had a great time. I felt really close to you, and I'm not sorry that it happened.
I'm not sorry exactly. I wish we had talked about it ahead of time.
I guess sometimes these things just happen. Not with me, but I've heard stories.
It just took me by surprise.
Me too.
I had to get out of there and think about things. I had to think about whether or not I was ready for things to change between us.
And what did you decide?
I decided I wasn't. I'm not. I don't want things to change.
You want us to just go back to being friends?
Yes, but is that even possible? Can we go back to the way things were?
I don't know. I don't know that we can go back. I mean, I don't think that I can just forget what happened. Before, I didn't even think that you were attracted to me. And that was fine. I get that. You can't choose who you want. You can't control those feelings. The heart wants what the heart wants. So, when I thought that you just didn't like me that way, that was one thing. But now, I mean, you do like me, don't you? I mean, you can't find me too repulsive. You're the one who kissed me.
I don't find you repulsive. I mean, obviously.
You are attracted to me.
Yes, I wouldn't have slept with you otherwise.
But, I mean, you always hear about how guys are different. Guys will sleep with anyone. They just need to have sex all the time.
I can't defend my entire gender, but give me some credit. That's not me. You know it's not.
I know.
Look, I like you. I care about you a lot, and what happened meant something to me.
Then how can you want for us to go back to the way things were? How can you want for us to just go back to being friends? For what happened to not happen again?
I told you, it's complicated.
I don't see why. To me it seems pretty simple. You either like me, or you don't.
I do. Look, it's not you, it's me. I'm not ready.
Welcome to the human condition. Trial and error. It's the only way we learn. No one's ever ready.
This just isn't the right time in my life for me to get into something this serious.
You don't want something serious.
Right.
Well then, please explain to me how I'm supposed to act casual about something this intense, this rare. You're the first person to see me. How can that not be a big deal? I mean, look at me. How many chances am I going to have in life?
Stop it.
You stop it.
You are not ugly.
Yes, I am. Maybe that's what this is about after all. Is it? Are you ashamed? Is that why you bailed on me, Ethan? What's the expression? Coyote ugly. Right. You wake up next to the girl who's so hideous that you chew your own arm off to get away. That's it. That's it, you're ashamed. Right. I mean, who wouldn't be ashamed to be with me? I'm Jogface. You can fuck Jogface behind closed doors, but you can't publicly acknowledge that you like her. You certainly can't date her. You can't bring her home to meet your mom.
Please, just...
Please? What? You're giving me all these bullshit excuses about why you can't be with me. All this, oh no, it's not you, it's me. And what am I supposed to think?
I'm not lying to you.
You want to know something?
What?
I think I finally understand why they say that you lose your virginity. I always thought that was a dumb expression. your virginity was this special, sacred thing that you needed to guard with your life. When to me, the fact that I'd never had sex before was like a flashing neon sign saying, "Ugly loser," hanging over my head. I was trying to lose it. Hell, for a couple of years there, I was trying to throw it at passersby. But now, I do actually feel like I've lost something. Not my innocence or purity or any of that bullshit, but I've lost the walls that I built to protect myself from feeling this. I've lost whatever it was that let me live without hope all those years. I let you in. I gave you the power to hurt me.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I just wish we had talked about it up front and talked about what it did or didn't mean.
I don't know. If you had told me that you didn't want to take the next step, I mean, that you just wanted to have sex that one time and not move forward and have a relationship, if there was no possibility of, I probably would have done it anyway. And it probably would have hurt just as much. See, I want to be a cat. I've tried for years to be a cat because, well, cats are very independent creatures. They can be domesticated, but for the most part, they don't act as much as pets as they do caged predators. They fend for themselves. And sometimes, when they want you to give them a little affection, they'll crawl into your lap, and they'll purr, and they'll let you pet them, and love them. And then they'll get sick of you. And they just scratch you and jump up and run away. Cats are fierce. Cats get what they want from you, and then they just move on. I admire cats. But I'm not a cat. I'm a dog. Dogs are not independent. Dogs love you pretty much unconditionally. They're so loyal that it defies all logic. Dogs need you, and they let you know that they need you. They need you to love them. They cry when you leave in the morning, and they jump for joy when you come home at night. They always want your attention. They can't get enough of your love. I don't want to be a dog. But I am. I think I always will be.
You're not a dog. You're a person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the person that you are. This just isn't what I'm looking for right now.
No offense, Ethan, but I don't think you know what you were looking for if it walked up and bit you.
You could be right.
Well, fuck. If you're just too chicken shit to deal with the possibility of something real, then I don't even know that I'd want to be with someone so stupid.
Can't say I blame you there.
You take all the fun out of fighting when you agree with me.
I know. Look, can we just go back to the way things were? Can we just be friends? No awkwardness, no regrets?
I don't know. I think that I would need some time. Possibly years.
incredibly badly.
You really did.
Hold still. So, this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you how I grew up and realized how beautiful I am. You probably expected that everything would work out for me. You expected that someone would fall in love with me. You thought that the ugly duckling would grow up and become a beautiful swan, and so forth. I'm sorry! But this isn't that kind of story. I will say this. I am full of love. There is so much love in me, just waiting for someone who will accept it. And that person, if they ever show up, will be a miracle to me. If someone can love me back the way that I've always wanted to be loved, then I will value them in a way that only an ugly girl can. The next person who looks at me and sees me through the eyes of love will be a very, very lucky person. I have so much to offer. I have so much to give. And I'll be waiting.
In the thing. Sorry, what was it again?
So we know that she wasn't really expecting to get a gift at all because she didn't mention it at all in rehearsal. At all. But
Not one.
But we just like to get her something because she's just such an incredible director, and we couldn't have done any of this without her. So, Emily,
I got the best present. I got your cookies.
we also had to get you some candy in a little flower bouquet type form.
I got you a dog face.